What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and today I'm very excited to say we are in Prehistoric Kingdom for the very first time, as the alpha just released earlier today. So I've been playing for about 4.5 hours straight now. Getting into the game, seeing what we've got going on, and so far very, very impressed, especially for this just being an alpha. But what I wanted to do first and foremost, because this is the very first thing that I did, is I threw out all the animals into some enclosures to take a look at their skin variations, their color variations, and their animations. So that's what I want to jump into today. So that's what we are going to take a look at and just see what the animals look like in game, see how they move, see what their sizes are in comparison to some of the scenery pieces. So let's get started. All right, so before we get looking at the animals out in their habitat, I wanted to go through and show you, this is the animal nursery. This is a building that you just kind of plop down, and this is where you hatch all your dinosaurs. So if you go ahead and click on this, it brings up a little panel, and you can open the genetics lab, and you can see over here we have all 5 of our animals. The Microraptor is its own. It's in its own little aviary, and you just kind of add it to that. But you can see here we have our 4 herbivores and then our carnivores. So let's go ahead and look at our Edmontosaurus here, and you can see you're able to kind of spin them around, see what they look like, see a little bit of their walking animation. You have some exhibit statistics down here, their social behavior, what they eat, and then of course you can pick, eventually you can pick how old they are, how many, so we can make 15 of them at once, or we can just make 1. You can pick between male and female. There's no difference in these guys in how they look, and we've got their 3 colorations here: Arctic, Vibrant, and Graveled. So yeah, we can go through this with all of the animals here. So we have the Lambosaurus right here, Lambiosaurus, goodness gracious. I practiced how to say these names, guys, so I want to nail it. We have the chestnut coloration, we have the equine coloration, and we have the cosmic coloration. And again, we have all their statistics and things down here, male versus female. Oh, look, there is a difference in coloration for the male and female in this one. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Just a little bit on that one. Really, really cool. Awesome. Let's go ahead and check out the Starachiosaurus here. So male versus female, just a little bit of color differences. Really, really nice to see. And it looks like there's a little bit of size differences too. Can you see this little person back here getting bigger and smaller? So that means that this is in comparison to what a human would be. So the human getting a little bit smaller means this one's a little bit bigger, which makes sense. The male's a little bit bigger than the female, right? And then let's go ahead and check out the Nasutoceratops here. Mint coloration, wild berry coloration, and amber coloration. Let's see if there's any difference. Female is a lot smaller than the male. Nope, no difference in that one. And a little bit of difference in this one. Awesome. And then finally, last but not least, we actually have 4 colorations. We'll take a look at them out in the habitat here in just a little while. But we have the leatherhide, molten, Brumal, and the Scorched. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. This Brumal one is really cool with all the feathers. So yeah, so then all you have to do is hit breed the Tyrannosaurus Rex. They'll breed over here. So then what you do is you leave this menu, you head out over here, go over to our habitat. You can click on this little egg here, nursery status on the side. Once this blue bar fills all the way up, all you have to do is click on them, release one animal, and you can see now I have a T-Rex that I can put down wherever I'd like. And you just kind of plop them down in the habitat and away they go. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the color variations, all the animals in this little habitat that I've built, and see how they move around, see how they interact with the environment. All right, so first up we have the Edmontosaurus, and we've got a little bit of a safety hazard there. He might take out some guests with his tail. I built this habitat really, really quickly just to show off the animals, so it is rather small, so don't take that too much into account. But just wanted to take a look at the 3 different color variants we have for the Edmontosaurus. So this one right here is the vibrant coloration, this kind of greeny blue coloration. This one over here is the gravel raveled. You see he's got spots and some stripes on his tail. And then we have the Arctic coloration there. And the Arctic one is a lot smaller than the other two. I don't know if that is on purpose or if they just come in varied sizes. But I think they look great. Look at them, how they walk on their 4 feet. And if we wait here long enough, oh, he's gonna lay down. We wait here long enough, they do kind of stand up on their hind legs. I haven't heard any noises yet from them, but just taking a look at them walking around, really impressed with the animations of these guys. It seems like there was a lot of time taken to make sure that they were gonna look just right, and I think they look fabulous. So this is the Edmontosaurus again, and I promise I'm going to try really hard to correctly pronounce everything. The Edmontosaurus is not too difficult, so I hope I'm getting that one right. But yeah, these guys just look awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at our next dinosaur. Next up we have the Lambiosaurus. So right in front here we have the chestnut coloration, kind of an orangey with a little bit of purple, I guess, on the underneath. Really cool colors. And then we have even more vibrant, in my opinion, the cosmic coloration here with this blue and again more purple stripes on the tail, things like that. And then finally, this one I think is my favorite though, is the equine coloration. And if the cosmic guy would kind of step out of the way, you guys could properly see this a little bit better. So this is the equine coloration with the orange on its head, stripes all down its body. Really cool looking dinosaurs. These guys, like the Edmontosaurus, do have an animation where they kind of stand up on their hind legs as well. Oh, there we go. He's making some noises. But they do stand up on their hind legs and kind of call out just like that. Beautiful. Yeah, these guys are really cool. They've got like a grazing animation. You can see them doing that back here, kind of walking across the ground, picking things up off. They're not actually eating. It's just an animation. Again, their food dish is right here. This is the herbivore food dish. But yeah, really pretty looking dinosaurs. Really like these guys, especially again, the stripes on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and check out our next dinosaur. Next, we have the Staracosaurus, a little bit more appropriately sized for the habitat I built, but again, 3 different color variations here. We have the psychedelic right here in front, kind of a greeny blue, almost kind of shimmery looking. I mean, maybe not shimmery's not the right word, but pretty cool looking. And then this one, I believe, is the jagged. The jagged and then the other coloration shoreline look really similar, but this one, the jagged one, has more of like some spottiness going on its legs rather than the stripies of the shoreline over there. But again, really cool. Look at all the spikes, spines, horns, whatever you want to call them, on their back there. Really cool looking. And then finally, like I said, this one is the shoreline, and this one has kind of the stripes on his legs. They're all he's. I did breed all he's, so that's why I'm calling them males. But yeah, so we have the shoreline here, the jagged running across the screen there, and then the psychedelic one right here. These guys look really cool. I love the horns off the back of their head and the horn on their nose here. Really cool. We'll kind of just watch them for a minute, see if they do anything super interesting. I can't wait for if they do end up putting some swimming animations in the game eventually, that they'll use the bodies of water and things. But look at that right now. They just look so phenomenal. There he goes. He's running by. They just look so great with all the details. I mean, you can get right up on any of these guys, and they're so well done. Awesome. So again, this one is the Staracosaurus, another herbivore. We're going through all the herbivores first because I know the one everybody wants to see, at least the first one that I took a look at, is the T-Rex, right? So we're just taking a look at all the herbivores first, and then we'll take a look at the Microraptor because we don't want to miss that one. But yeah, these guys, I don't have too much more to say, as they're just so well done. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final herbivore. All right, our last herbivore is the Nasutoceratops, and hopefully I said that one right. That was the one I was most worried about being able to say. And then we have the colorations here are mint right here, amber right here, and then all the way over here is wild berry. So this one you can see is a little bit different from the last one. It doesn't have the horns off the back of its head, but it has two facing forward here and not a horn on its nose. So that is the big difference, at least looking at these guys right off the bat. The big difference between the last one and this one here. But I love the amber coloration. This one, I think, out of these three is my favorite. Like, look at the orange and the yellow on the back of its head here. Really, really pretty. And then all the kind of dappling down their back. The wild berry's pretty cool too. All the purple colorations. I'll be curious to see once I look into these guys a little bit more what they think is more of a natural coloration for these guys. I would imagine it would be the more camouflagey colors, but I could be wrong. But them being, you know, herbivores, I would think that they would want to camouflage, even if they were predators, camouflage into their surroundings. So I would imagine it would be like this one or maybe that one. I guess that one's a kind of a darker color, but anyway, I think these guys are really, really cool. They don't have all the spikies on their backs. They just have what looks like little ridge down their spine. But yeah, really, really cool. Kind of hang out, see if they'll do anything fun. I haven't seen anybody lay on the straw yet. I've seen them lay down all over the place, but I haven't seen them lay down on the straw. I kind of put this in here hoping that somebody would use it, but maybe if we sat here and watched them a little bit longer, they would. But yeah, again, these guys just look really, really good. I mean, look at all the details. You can see all the individual little details on their skins, the bumps, the cracks, all the details are really, really well done. Oop, we're gonna get poked in the face there with his horn. Go look over here. Like, look at that. Just beautiful with the way they walk and their muscles move. You can see it underneath their skin. Really, really nice. So let's go ahead. Let's jump over. I'll pop down a little aviary really quick and we'll take a look at the Microraptor. And now we have the little Microraptors. I put as many as I could in this little aviary here because I wanted us to be able to take a nice good look at them and see if we can spot some different animations. But look at how good these guys look with their little wings and their beak and their feathers. These guys look really, really good up there holding on to the bars. And now this aviary, what's really interesting about it is if we kind of scroll out and we go to our menu here on the right-hand side, you can go to the styling tab here and you can click on null set and it gets rid of everything except for these branches. So you could completely build a custom casing for this here for the Microraptors and have a completely custom aviary, which I think is more than phenomenal. It's wonderful and something that I definitely am going to play with. But yeah, you can see right here we can go back between modern set and null set, and I think this leaves a lot of opportunity open obviously for other sets in the future, right? So I think it's great. So they're obviously going to fly between here and still have some animations, fly around. Look at that, landing on the ground. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I really, really love these guys. Look, it looks like he's gonna climb. Look at him. That's awesome. Look at him climb up the tree like that. And we've got him all over the branches. Yeah, these guys definitely, definitely my favorite, especially because of this whole situation here is just phenomenal. Yeah. So cute. All right, so let's take a look at the very last animal, which is, of course, our Tyrannosaurus Rex. So hold on one moment. We'll take a look at them. All right, so clearly a little bit too small for these guys, but here are our big guys, right? Our Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we have 4 colorations for this one, actually. We have the Brumal one right here, this blue that's kind of covered in feathers. We have the leather hide one here that's all striped. We have, this one is called Scorched, this kind of red guy with the stripes over here. And then we have Molten, this one that's laying down. And just like the rest of them, they just look amazing with all the textures and the patterns. And look at him sit down like a little chicken. Or a big chicken, I guess. Really, really cool. Calling out over there with their roars. This one is a lot bigger than this one is. Or maybe he was just down on a hill. He's slightly bigger than that one. But yeah, these guys really, really cool. And just look, when they walk and they kind of shake back and forth, that's a really scary angle there. And a little bit of a safety hazard. You might want to put a sign that says, stand back a little bit. T-Rex can eat you. But yeah, really, really cool. Look at his little arms. And yeah, just the way he shakes, the muscles that move under his skin. Really, really well done. I'm so excited to start building for these guys. So excited to start putting together a park and seeing, you know, what they can do as far as traversable area and navigating their environment. Because clearly, I just put this together really, really quickly just to show these guys off. But let's take a look at this guy real quick. The Brummel with the feathers. Look at how cool that looks. So, so cool. All right, guys, so as we take a look at our big chickens running around in their teeny tiny enclosure, thank you so much for joining me. Leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I will be heavily covering this game as we go through alpha into beta and eventually, hopefully, full release and see where this game goes. I'm so excited to see, with this just being the alpha, really, really happy with what I'm seeing so far and think it can only get better from here. So very, very excited to be covering the game. If you do want to purchase the game, you will have to wait until it comes out as full release. I think they're aiming for Q3 right now, but definitely stick around and see what we get up to, because there will be many, many more videos of this game coming very, very soon. So thank you so much for joining. I will talk at you in the next one. Bye!